Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And already we're underway here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right, and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
And the pass is intercepted. That's an untidy challenge. Free kick given. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Madrid already a man down in these early stages. That has left the boss thinking about what harm it has done to their chances.
Well, his thinking may have been about making his presence felt, but not the wisest of decisions.
Tries to play it through. And he's been shifted off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Here's a guy that qualifies as one of the best defensive midfielders to ever play the game.
Patrick Vieira, Can he finish? He's scored! And he is away. The launch of a brand new hero. It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they were made to pay for not moving the ball smartly enough through a very strong pressing wave.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
Well, he's not the type that's short on self-belief, so that could rub off on his teammates now.
That's the keeper's ball. And they're quick to get it back. This looks promising. Tries a shot! Oh, crossbar! And he's gone looking for safety. Cruyff. Now it's Platini. Now it's Platini. And this is Tevez. Cruyff. Good read, needed to be. Mateus.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Vieira did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Nicely aimed pass. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And it's Michel Platini. Caicedo, probing pass. And this is Luis Suarez. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. Knocks it into space. Cross needs to be good. Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
And it's Tevez. Looking to play him in. Vieira in Akers. And the shot! Goal! They have brought themselves an equaliser.
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Pete...
And it's Michel Platini. Real chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. And he's heaved it away. Picked out brilliantly. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez! No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Vieira. That pass has been well intercepted. Madrid are looking to break at pace. And here's Tevez. Vieira cuts it out. Caicedo is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Looking for options for movement. That's a throw. He's being urged to shoot. Lahm gets rid without sophistication. And the referee brings the first half to a close. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, we've seen at times it can be harder to play against 10, and that seems to be holding true so far. Something I've experienced in the past, and with this sort of intensity and fearlessness, who knows, they might just get something they want.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. And we are already promptly back underway. Tevez absolutely focused then on the... He certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. It is a fair distance from goal. I'm not sure if he'll have a go. And there's the shot! Now, who's going to be first to this? Lovely feet. Produces... Up he goes! Tevez. Cruyff. Now, what about a counter-attack? That's Vieira.
Well, it seems as if he's just had a momentary lapse and slipped into tunnel vision, because he had good options around him and he failed to get his head up.
And here's Platini, and he's had a hit! Oh, fantastic from Platini! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Attenzione, un cambio.
Madrid can now introduce the first of their substitutes. So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
This is the perfect example of how to play with a man advantage. Move the opposition from side to side, wear them down, deserve goal.
Cruyff. Madrid needing a change of fortune here. Eto'o. And this is... He's having a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Almost an hour gone. He's gone for goal! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Thuram gets good distance on it. And it's Lam. Luis Suarez. Vieira. Passing is crisp and sharp. Cruyff. Can he get it through? And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that was very necessary. And he cuts out the supply. No, that's been intercepted. Madrid do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Good ball over the top. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Ronaldo looking sharp there. Engages and forces him off the ball. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. And here's Cruyff. And here's Platini. Now, can they get him away? A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. Tomiyasu, a player who needs no introduction. Turns back here, probably the best option. Vieira. He's a sharp little ball here. He's picked his way through. Luis Suarez! He has done it! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. And that really is so impressive.
Sostituzione di giocatori. Numero 20.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. Well, that has changed the dynamic somewhat.
Yeah, I can't think of a better time, Peter, to get that 2-goal cushion. That, for me, should be decisive.
Tries to pass it through. Suarez gets into a good position. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that looks a decent ball. Maldini gets across to intercept that. Can he spark a counter here? And that could set him on his way. And it's Luke. And the shot! And it's there! And they are pulling clear here. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
So now the difference is 3.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Now it's Eto'o. Eto'o proves just a little bit too strong. Back into the middle. It's come through and he's had a quick look in. He's got tall. It's a goal! No space, no problem. You just cannot stop him.
Yeah, he won the jostle, and it was a very good finish, and I think he'll go away feeling pretty good about that one.
Il quarto uomo indica 4 minuti di recupero.
Takes a shot! Oh, taken with style! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
He's got 4. That is remarkable. It's starting to look... Big header! He's got a goal! Picked that one out. It was a bullet.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball, made a classic move and met it perfectly.
And the referee brings it to a close. Madrid played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Cross needs... He gets big! Superb goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. Knocks it into space. Has a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? The taker has to look for options because an aerial supply doesn't look promising here.
Absolutely, they're certainly not as big as those trying to stop them. And this is Yaya Toure. And the shot! It's in! They're level in a trice!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
He won't get many simpler than that, but he's certainly not complaining.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Zanetti could try cutting inside here. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. And they can counter here. And he's intervened well there. Oh, good read. Rummenigge. Can he get it through? And that is out and behind. It's a good block.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Can he finish? He scores! And again they hit the front. Madrid go into the lead. For a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. That's really well manoeuvred. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, it's come loose. And it's Makalele. De Bruyne is always scanning the pitch for targets. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. That's been slipped through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Neymar. Rummenigge ploughing through the middle.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
And it's Caicedo. Looking for options for movement. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
So can they do it again? And now a sudden chance to counter. Oh, Red, nice interception. And it's made its way to him, and he's running through. Real chance! And he hits the net. And they're at it again, in double quick time. The lightness of step. And that's it. Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me, and to wish you all a very...